So today I had to change my timing, or should I say, set in my timing for the first time in a while. And I started thinking, this string has never given me any trouble, but what if it comes to the point that I want to replace it? Well, I've been in this situation a dozen of times where I've thrown away some really good setups. So I want to show you 5 things you need to do before you change your string. Okay, so a few tools that I'll be using is my bow square, piece of paper to write down a few things. The Sharpie will come in handy, and then tape measure, of course, and my drawboard, maybe the press, and a bow scale. Not this one, battery's flat. But yeah, that's basically what we need for this exercise. So first up, I'm gonna do my draw length. I want to get the exact measurement, and I'm quickly gonna show you some specifics that I would like to do. So I didn't mention this in the tools that we'll need, but doesn't matter, you can just use an old arrow if you don't have a specific measurement arrow. What I like to do is put the bow on the drawboard, make sure my cams stops hit the cables, and then I'll put in the measurement arrow and measure out my exact draw length, but up until the middle of the bow hole and not some reference point on the riser. On the riser, you might find it easier to get a reference point on the arrow, but the problem is you'll want to keep this draw length measurement for different bows. So if you have another bow, then when you mark it on the middle of the bow hole, you can use it again. So for step 2, I measure my axle to axle. So don't worry if it's not entirely on spec. We want the bow in its current state. What I also like to do is measure both sides. Even though we have a floating yoke system, I like to have the measurement of the left hand side and the right hand side. It normally varies with 4 to 5 millimeters, if it's that much. But if you want to get your bow exactly as what it was, then this is the way to do it. And with my axle to axle, I also like to take my brace height. These two go hand in hand with each other. If you change the one, then the other one will change as well. So for a quick cross reference, do your brace height as well if you can. Thirdly, check your poundage. Now this is super important. If you're not going to pay attention to this, it will affect numerous things like your holding weight, the spine of your arrows, and it will easily leave you with a bow that won't tune. So now for step 4, we're going to take your center shot. I like to use my bow square for this exercise, and it's really simple. If you know your bow tunes perfectly, then this is a very effective method. All you're going to do is place your bow square onto your string, move it down onto your fork, and then what I want you to do is to mark where the bottom of your knock would sit on your string. Make sure the mark is permanent. You'll definitely use this measurement later. Step 5, I want you to measure your PEEPSIGHT height. Now, it's really simple. Put the start of your tape measurement here, or where the bottom of your knock would sit, and then measure it all the way up until the middle of your peep. So now, this is the big moment. You can put your new strings on. What now? So, when I put my new strings on, you obviously have no loop on. So, first off, I start with a dummy loop so that I can pull my bow back and forth in the drawboard. It's not my final loop, so don't pull it too tight so that it breaks the serving on your center serving. And then I like to focus on my axle to axle. If I get that on spec to where it was, then it brings more pieces to the puzzle together. Your draw length will be near, and then also your brace height will also be close, and there's a big chance that your draw weight will also be on point. If that is not, well, let's start with your draw length. If your draw length is not on point and your axle to axle is perfect, then I suggest playing on the string only, not on the cables again. Otherwise, your axle to axle will go out again. If your draw length is too short, then I would suggest taking out some twist on your string. If it's too long, just do the opposite. Put some twist back. Then cross-reference your axle to axle again and check your poundage. You may find that your poundage will change again when you have put in or taken out some twist in your string. I know it's crazy, I don't know how that specifically works, but just check it out. Then also take a look at your brace side now and again, just to make sure that you are still on track. If that is done, then, well, you can take your bow square, where we have made the mark in step 4, and place it on your string. Take your dummy loop off, mark out where the bottom of your knock would sit, and then tie in your serving on both ends of the knock. Put a new loop on, and once that is done, you can measure your PEEPSIGHT out. I know a lot of string manufacturers already separate your string, which is cool, so just make a mark on the string with your Sharpie, pop your peep in, and then you are ready to sort out some peep rotation. Shoot the bow a few times, let the string settle into all the funny grooves and stuff inside your cam, and then you might find that your timing will now and again go out. Give it a couple of 100-200 shots to settle perfectly, and then you should be good to go. There's nothing more to do except for these 5 steps to get your setup to where it was again. I hope I can save you some headaches, time especially. It's crazy how much time you can lose if you didn't take all these measurements. If you made it this far in the video, you're a champion. Thank you for watching. If you found it helpful, please leave a like. And if you want to be a hero, share this with your buddy, save him some time. And if you are not already subscribed, consider subscribing to catch my future content. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.